Mr. Shastri, do you know what FOMO is? I hope you do. It's the slang by people of Sam Curran's generation who are 2 generations younger than me. It's fear of missing out.
Oh.
Right? So fear of missing out. It is time for the very first ESPN Cricket for Run Order during IPL 2022. And this topic is so big, it's so important that it couldn't afford me and Ravi Shastri in the same T20 timeout studio. That studio was not big enough for the two of us. So I have left it. Ravi is not far from me. I'll be able to hear him through the call and through the studio. And I've got a super king, a former super king in Sam Curran, along with the usual suspects, Dustin Salgado, Kartik Iyer, Gaurav Sundararaman. The topic is so big. Will CSK make the playoffs? Having this discussion after just a week into the IPL, because CSK have lost 3 out of 3, there are all sorts of flashbacks to 2020. So let's see what our panel thinks. Let's start with Mr. Shastri. Is this going to be a long season, Ravi, or will they still make the playoffs?
Ronak, what are you doing here? You've got one Sundaram, one Iyer, one CSK. What? This is one-way traffic. What do you have to? This is all whistle.
Don't you think it's more fun asking them this
What
question?
can I say? I have to say that they will come back. Otherwise, they will keep.
Are you telling me you, Ravi Shastri, the most fearless man Indian cricket has known for a long time, is scared of a Sundaraman and an Iyer?
Chennai Super Kings, macha, their fan following is too much. You have to be a little careful what you say. Don't jump the gun early. Only 3 matches, macha. Wait.
Let's ask the former Super King then. Sam Curran, is this going to be a tough season or can they still make the playoffs?
Well, I hope they can, but it's been a tough start. But I think it's a good question to ask after maybe 6 games, because I think they need to turn it around pretty quickly.
Kartik Iyer has told me he's not a CSK fan, but he is a Dhoni fan. Only he'll explain the difference. Kartik.
You know what? You say Sam Curran, former CSK player, but if you go on any video of his that he's on our YouTube channel, everybody's there. Sam, please come back to CSK. Sam, please come back to CSK. That's the only comments that we get on any of the shows that Sam Curran's on. So you can see, you can just feel the love, whether he's former, whether he's there right now. And I think you're asking this question way too early, Ronak. Way too early.
Okay, fine, optimism. But I'll tell you why they're
What
asking.
do you think, Ronak? Do you think they will qualify?
Don't ask me about CSK. Whatever I say, the complete opposite happens. I'm not here for that.
I think CSK will struggle, and they'll struggle big time.
And if you want to ask me in one word, I would say no, but let's leave it there. Why they want Sam Curran back, though, before I go to GS and Dustin, is they're missing a swing bowler, aren't they, Ravi? And we know that Deepak Chahar is not available till at least the end of the month. There'll be 6-7 games into it. Their bowling, is it missing something for you, Ravi?
Definitely. I think Sam would have enjoyed bowling in these conditions because every game is in Mumbai. There's swing, there's humidity. The grounds are close to the sea, and the ball will swing. So when swing comes into play, they're definitely missing not just Sam. They're missing Deepak Chahar. He would have been very, very useful.
Is there any way Sam can wear his yellow jersey and get to Mumbai as fast as possible?
Put in the paperwork first to Surrey Cricket, then to the ETB, then to the IPL, then book his business class ticket.
Let's start a petition. Let's go.
If you look behind Gaurav, he's already got the massage table laid out, and there's some 200 people who've already volunteered to give Sam back massages in Chennai.
I am getting a lot of FOMO not being there, and I want to help my CSK mates.
I agree with Ravi. I think that, I may not be a CSK fan, but I'm a fan of CSK fans. And so I never upset them. And so, of course, I'll say it's way too early. CSK can, of course, come back. You just have to wait maybe another 4 or 5 games, and then Dhoni would have finally got his eye in.
Oh my God, what is this? In fairness, this is as much about Dhoni as not Dhoni, because this is also new year, Ravi. New captain, Jadeja, suddenly leading a dressing room with 3 defeats. Now, there's Dhoni already there. So does it really make that much of a difference that he's not captain, or suddenly will new players at CSK start looking towards their captain to try and turn things around?
No, it does make a massive difference. I mean, you're replacing probably the best in the business, the best, one of the best IPL has ever had. So it's not easy to fill his boots. But, what you want from Jadeja is, to be involved, announce himself, a lot more as a captain. You know, I just feel he's holding back. You know, I want him to be more in the face, you know, more communication with his boys, more involved in the proceedings. If needed, stay in the circle as much as possible. I know he's a brilliant gun fielder, can field anywhere. But, you know, those kind of things early on are needed, you know, because once that body language begins to show, you know, it'll have a impact on the other players as well.
Let me get one reason from all of you. You can either put it as a question to Ravi or Sam, or you could give it as a comment on what they need to fix in order to turn their fortunes around. Now, there's Ruturaj Gaikwad's form is a concern, no wrist spinner in that team, Deepak Chahar's injury, Moeen Ali, whatever. Pick your one thing that you would like for CSK to turn things around. Let's go around the room. Let's start with GS.
Yeah, I think it's Deepak Chahar is a big loss. Even if you look at their squad depth, I don't think they really planned for Deepak Chahar's injury. They don't have too many fast bowlers there as a replacement. They have a lot of youngsters. So I think Deepak Chahar has been too important for them. He usually wins a couple of games just in the power play. And they have a very set template, right? Chahar in the power play, Bravo on the dead. And similarly at the batting, they just look at the power play, just set a platform and then go all out. A lot of these things are missing now. So I think Chahar is the biggest loss according to me.
No, I think that they've still got a very strong batting lineup, so that's probably what they've got to rely on. And they've got guys who, once they get going, like Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ambati Rayudu, I mean, you can see CSK being a team that posts some big scores and chases big scores. So
I would say play Devon Conway, and going back to our earlier discussion, figure out a way to get Sam Curran in, even if for the month of May.
Sam Curran?
Well, I think it's the power play wickets with the ball. I think if we can take a few more wickets, I think the last couple of games, the batting lineup is obviously very good. So I know they collapsed last. I don't think that's the issue. I think they'll come good. It's just trying to restrict teams to less than, I guess, 50, 60 in the power play with 2 or 3 wickets, because wickets can win you games.
Ravi, final word with you.
I think power play, most important. And, you know, the 2 left-handers, Moeen and Jadoo. You know, you will expect runs for them. If they crack it early, I think CSK can be right back.
So it's not all lost then. Let's leave it there, right? The glimmer of hope that the Yellow Army needs to back their team. That's backing their team anyway. But even though it's been an unprecedentedly poor start, they could still turn it around. Thank you very much, Ravi Shastri, Sam Curran, and GS Dustin Karthik as well. All eyes on Jadoo, all eyes on Stephen Fleming, all eyes on Dhoni. Let's see if CSK can turn it around after 3 defeats. Thank you. This was Run On.